G'day folks, Mad Aussie here and welcome to the Aussie Report. In this episode we are going to take a look at a new project called Educate for Protection. These guys have a website and YouTube and everything like that, and what they are on about is they want to create a class action lawsuit potentially. They are not lawyers at all, they state that quite openly. And what they also say then is that they can advocate for you much better because they're not lawyers. They can, speak differently. So they are also not, providing legal advice. They are providing factual advice, is I think the way they put it. So what I'm going to do is play a short video for you guys, which is an update video to let you know where they're at now, and then we'll take a look through their website and see what that's got to offer us.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Tuesday after the long break, the Easter weekend. Thank you, everybody, for jumping on so quickly. I'm not here to waste your time. Things are happening very quickly. I'm just here to try and get you a message about what is happening this morning, Tuesday, the 19th of April. One of the members of our community is fighting against this evil corporation called APRA, and I'm here to just punch out this message as quickly as I can about what's going on. We have filed the documents into the Victorian Civil and Administrative Tribunal called VCAT, which is just a tribunal. It's got no power, no authority, and it's going ahead to dismantle and disrupt and to suspend doctors, nurses, medical people, and they've got no power. And what we have uncovered over the Easter long weekend is this is going to be a concern for everybody who's listening to this meeting, this live, is that APRA has now got a new constitution that they work under from the World Health Organization. I'll repeat that. It has been uncovered. We've got the proof that APRA is not connected to the Australian government and medical people are not getting this. It is not Australian. It's a foreign corporation being told by Bill Gates' little business called the World Health Organization. We have now had our Commonwealth Constitution replaced while we were not watching, while Melburnians were watching the Formula One. While Scott Morrison was saying we're going to a federal election, the new constitution which tells the government how to run this country from who has now been started on the 10th of April. If this doesn't get everybody scared, I'm doing about a lousy job. We have now been overtaken, and this is the problem we have. I'm getting this out because I've got calls coming in right now, and I had to make a decision to say this has got to go further than the group of people watching this live right now. I've got to get this out to everyone on social media. We are in court right now. Our papers have been submitted last night into VCAT that we are now going to expose 67 individuals from Dan Andrews, James Molino, lawyers, ministers, police chiefs, APRA, AHPPC. We've got people in courtrooms. We've got people connected to the police who all have the criminal charges pending against Dan Andrews. We are trying to get this message out, and I need you to say to the other social media people, they've got to jump on board because we are now under a communist country. Yes, I'm calling it. Since the 10th of April, we have had our Commonwealth Constitution replaced by the World Health Organization Constitution, owned and controlled by Bill Gates. It's on the website. I'm going to be putting together a package, and I'm going to be sharing this out because this has got to scare some people. This has got to upset more families than saying it's a quiet time and we should let everything go. We don't have that luxury. We have no longer any more rights for our property. We have no rights to stand up in a courtroom. We have no rights to stand up and even have a vote. I'm saying it right now. And if this gets some people upset, I could care less. The federal election is officially a scam because they have given away your Commonwealth Constitution the document that created this country in 1900, it's been tossed aside, and we've now accepted the WHO Constitution on the 10th of April. If you know of any medical people, doctors, medical specialists, nurses, practitioners in health, chemists, paramedics who have been to mediation, and please make a note of this date. I'm going to make sure no one forgets these two dates. The 21st of December 2021 to the 10th of April 2022. I'll repeat that. The 21st of December 2021 and before the 10th of April 2022, APRA had no authority. None. Zero. And they have been taking medical professionals and destroying their lives and shutting them down. And they went ahead because they didn't think we would find out. And we did. So if you know in your families or circles of friends, people who work in health, we would dearly love to speak to them, because we're going to be putting together our people's class action, where this courageous woman is standing up for all of us, and she's taking on the fight against APRA, who are a foreign corporation. So I need your help to get this out. This involves every single person who can get to hear this message. We are now under takeover. And I'm not overstating it because it's in a court case. We no longer have any rights. None. This is meaning we need to join and reach out with everybody in every state and territory across this country. We are doing our bit in the courts. But the medical people are all hanging back and sitting back, and I've had a go at them this morning. Literally, what are they waiting for when more doctors and medical people and nurses are going to be pushed out of the system to comply with the WHO New World Order? It doesn't get worse than this, because we're there. It's now 9 days. We have now accepted, and no one else is talking about it. I'm going to scream this out every single day, because we need 50 medical people to stand in line behind Maria in Melbourne in her court case. She's doing the hard yards. It's all the women who are doing the hard work and heavy lifting, literally. And it's the men who just are not there. And I'm so disappointed at our medical doctors, who most of them have been suspended, and they're just sitting on the fence waiting because they don't get it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the New World Order. Anybody of you going to court, you will have no rights. None. Because you can't use the Queen, you can't use common law, you can't use the Constitution. Gone, gone, gone. And all those people trying to say we're going to do common law actions and we're going to rush to the High Court with the Constitution do not understand. They do not understand. It's been thrown out. We've moved to the point beyond any belief that we will ever get our government back. They've sold us down the river.
Okay, so here we're moving on to the website Educate for Protection, which is educateforprotection.website. That's new to me. I don't think I've seen a .website before. And their slogan here is, we educate and empower you to fight for your human rights. Up the top, we've got upcoming events, class actions, subscribe, log in, account, help us, your account, and a menu with COVID human rights, banking, mortgage and council fraud, fiction workshops, and a Discord community. So scrolling down, this takes us straight to a small write-up of our mission, which says to expose the criminal fraud in all levels of government as corporations, to educate all living men, women and children, and empower you to know your human rights, to protect our homes, our businesses and our country. And they have a video here which I'll play. We'll flick through it a little bit because I think it's about an hour and 40 minutes long, so I'll let you guys come back and go through this. It seems very extensive, showing all your information, all the questions and everything that you might have as well. So this is probably a good place to start if you are interested in learning more about what they've got to offer. So let's play through this now.
Welcome to the Educate for Protection People's Class Action Seminar. This has been done because of calls from people in this meeting and people who can't make it here tonight, where we are going and what is happening in Australia today. This is about educating and empowering you to fight for your human rights, which have almost all gone and been expunged. Our job is to preventing people from harm. Tonight's topic is the EFP People's Class Action, and the next question is where we're going, is the People's Action for Grand Jury. We are going to discuss what that means, and we never were told, there's only one way to write a document, in fact, and that's not the subject tonight. We are in this bad place. We are human rights advocates under laws and treaty. And the lawyers do not care about laws or treaty. They always argue about what they think about an argument or an opinion, but never the truth. And this is what's happening in our courts right now. Our job is to prevent people from harm, which is being driven out from outside of our country. I mean it. We've got the roadmap. We've got the paper trail. There's one. Why is it not more people trying to work out what we do? We are educators. We are educating you so that you know you're diminishing human rights. And now I can officially say, because of our documentation going into the courts in Victoria, they have been taken. Our human rights have been destroyed. How to keep our sanity and understanding of the collapsing world with mandates and directives and wearing masks, which have now been repealed, and they're taking them out of New South Wales. They haven't done that yet in Victoria, without fear of recrimination. This is about knowing it's about uniting Australians to fight back against the United Nations takeover by the World Health Organization and the United Nations WHO Constitution. This accused leave the room and leave the court case. And they know about it because it's under the High Court. That was what took the oxygen out of the heat, out of the standing under an oath of allegiance to the Queen of England. But he works in a court system which does not respect the Queen. Does that make him a traitor? Does that make him breaching the oath of allegiance? Absolutely.
Okay, so there's a flick through of that video there, and again it is an hour and 40 minutes long, so I'll let you guys do that, go through that yourself. Scrolling down, we have this week's highlights. The People's Class Actions have started. Sign up here to join, and then we have an advert of theirs, and we can have a quick look at this as well. This gives you another little breakdown, of what they're about and what they're up to. So yeah, we'll check this out.
Welcome to EFP, Educate for Protection, the only community across Australia fighting for your human rights. We fight for our friends in courts across Australia: Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, Tasmania, Western Australia, South Australia, Northern Territory and New Zealand. We are standing up for the Aussie family to defend the Article 7 rights under the ICCPR, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, and the Charter of Human Rights and Responsibilities Act. We are helping families under pressure that are facing council fines, including mortgage fraud, facing loss of employment and mandate legislations. We will help you learn and know your human rights. Join us at educateforprotection.website.
Alright, that was a bit quicker than I thought. It was a different advert to I thought. There's another one on their YouTube page, which is a bit longer, which was good. Here we've got people's class actions and grand jury. So yeah, there's a few links here to click on to go through your Magna Carta, class action, council class actions, grand jury, people class actions, unlawful fines and tolls workshop, unlawful council rates and fines workshop, the debt collector workshop. So this is under the workshop titles. I missed that. Yep, so going up we'll look at class actions. Clicking on this, it just has a simple click here, people's class actions. Click here for details of the people's class actions. And so doing that actually takes us to a different website, educateforprotection.net. So it's the same name, but just instead of .website, we're at .net now. And this goes on to say the people's class actions. If you have been affected by the mandates, lockdowns, mask wearing, testing or any COVID-related rule, you now have a way to have your voice heard. Fighting these measures individually can be difficult, but when we come together, we are powerful. The people of Australia are uniting and forming the People's Class Action. It is currently commencing. Join your fellow Australians to reclaim your rights, your voice, and your freedoms. This may be our last chance to take a stand. And so, who is it for? So it says here, the People's Class Action is for everybody. Why? It is for everyone who has been affected or harmed in any way by any of the COVID-related rules, lockdowns, mandates, masks, etc. Given that we have all been affected, this class action is for everybody. That is why we have called it the People's Class Action. The strength and effectiveness of our actions will come in numbers. This includes uniting people in industry groups for a class action to fight against the unlawful and unconstitutional HPR national law, which does not exist at the Parliament in Canberra. This process is to stand against the unlawful dismissals across Australia by industry groups. Many teachers, doctors, healthcare workers, business owners and farmers have joined the People's Class Actions. However, anyone who has been affected by the illegal COVID rules can join. For example, you may be a student who was not permitted to attend university because of the mandates. You may have been denied access to hospital or healthcare. You may have been denied entrance to a store, been forced to wear a mask or QR code when you did not want to. You may have been prevented from visiting family due to lockdown. You may be a small business owner who felt forced to comply with the mandates. We encourage everybody to reach out to their family and friends, spread the word and help this grow. The greater the numbers, the more powerful the action. And they have a lot of Q&A, I should say. Going through the rest of this, scrolling through the rest of this website. When is it? What is it? Why us? What's the cost? There is a one-off fee of $200 to join the EFP People's Class Action. How do I join? Why join? What am I paying for? Your contribution goes towards the coordination of the people in an action, writing the letters and affidavits, administration, etc. When do I need to join? What happens after I join? And then we have a couple of videos and more frequently asked questions. Where are we now? So go and check this out. If this is something that might interest you, share with your friends and family, and I'll keep an eye on this and see where it goes in the future. So thanks for watching. Like and share and subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll catch you all on the next episode.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.